Hey everybody! So for this video, I'm going to be breaking down the inverted veer or the power read play. So you might have heard these terms before. They're both simultaneously kind of used for the same play. So what power read means is it's a play that's going to involve a power running scheme, but rather than being a true power running play where everyone is blocked, a defender is going to be left unblocked to be read. It's also called inverted veer because the way this play works is if you think of your traditional triple option play, Georgia Tech or Navy runs, the fullback will run the dive phase and the quarterback will keep and kind of run outside off tackle. It's called inverted veer because it flips the script. The back is now going to go outside and the quarterback is going to be kind of taking it up the middle on the dive phase. So it's really in a way it's almost like having veer and power put together. This play is really popular at the college and NFL, and now at the NFL levels. As you can see, my two GIFs I have running here are of Cam Newton running it with the Panthers. So we'll kind of just jump right into it. So again, it's a power scheme. So if you've watched my video on the power play, up front, the blocking is going to be very simple. So here we have an offensive formation drawn up against an even front. This would be like a 4-2-5 or a 4-3 adjusting to a twin set. And you can see the rules. I typed them up right below the whiteboard there. PST stands for play side tackle. His rule is on backside. So on backside means we're going to block anyone that is over me or to my inside or to the backside of the play. So for this example right here, we're going to be running power read or inverted veer to the right. So if I'm the right tackle, that makes me the play side because the play is over here. So play side tackle is going to go on backside. On means over me. If he looks over, there's nobody there, so he's going to go backside. All right, so he's going to step with his inside foot and block down on this tackle right here. Guards rules. Basically the whole play side of the line follows the same rule. On backside. Is there anyone on me? Yes, there's this tackle right here. So he's going to step to the tackle, and there we have a double team. If you see my other videos, the one thing I say, in order for it to be a power scheme, there needs to be a double team inside the point of attack, a kick out outside the point of attack, and a lead blocker coming through on a linebacker. The only difference here is you're not going to have that kick out block. So to the center is on backside, so there's no one over him. Linebackers typically don't count within that rule of on and over. It usually applies to defensive linemen only. So on, no one's there, but backside, there's a nose guard right here. So the center will step with his backside foot and take out the nose guard. On a traditional power scheme, the way we're used to seeing it, the backside guard pulls and blocks for the play side linebacker. That's the linebacker to the play side. So in this case, I'll get to this guy in a minute, but he would not count as the play side linebacker. It's going to be this person right here. All right? He's going to pull and lead block. So again, if you watch the GIFs there, the videos, since both of those are inverted veers to the left, you'll see the right guard pulling. Just watch him pull, and then he lead blocks up the hole. And then backside tackle is what's called a fill responsibility. He's going to either step back like with a bucket step or a drop step, or step flat or step hard inside here and cut this area off so that nobody can come through and tackle the play from behind from where this guard left. So what he'll do is he'll step here, fill, and he'll block one of these two players. If this linebacker comes, he'll block him, and if he doesn't, he'll probably end up blocking this defensive end as he tries to chase down the play from behind. So now, in a traditional power scheme, if this was a traditional power play, you would kick out the defensive end, which is this guy right here. Typically that's done by the fullback or the H-back, which is this guy right here. But because it's a read play, just like the triple option, the inverted veer, or not the inverted veer, but the regular inside veer, you read the defensive end for dive or keep. Same thing applies here. We're going to leave him unblocked. So what he's going to do rather than that is he's going to run out. He's going to come out here and try and reach block or hook this player or just simply block him. Your receivers, again, you could do a number of things with them. You can run them off on routes. You can send them to block safeties. For this one, we'll have them just do straight up stock blocks. All right? And he'll just cut off this guy right here. So now, who blocks the backside linebacker? When you have a double team, typically the two offensive linemen will be reading a linebacker, and wherever that linebacker goes, the lineman to that side will come off. So let's say, just say for example, this guy's going to shoot right here. So he's going to kind of come inside here between the guard and center gap. That caused for this guard to come off the double team and pick him up. So the actual part, the read and the back part here, when you're running inverted veer or power read, again, the back is now going to take the outside phase. So he's going to basically running a sweep. It would, if you're a team running it out of shotgun like this, you only can run it out of shotgun. You'd run it. It would basically be like an outside zone or a sweep action. So he's going to come across the face of the quarterback and attack the alley. The quarterback, again, we're going to read this defensive end right here. Off the snap, the quarterback, traditionally, a quarterback would just kind of stand there or open backside towards the running back when he came across. But on inverted veer, the big giveaway, if you're watching in a game, is watch the quarterback. Like, look at the gifs there. You'll see Cam, when he's off the snap, he's stepping with the running back to the play side. So he steps with him. That's a very easy way to kind of tell when someone's running this play. So we'll kind of step play side with him and ride that mesh. He wants to ride that handoff, and he keys the D end. And the read is this. It's very simple. If the defensive end stays inside, pinches down, or comes upfield in towards here, the quarterback will hand it off to the running back, and we'll go around the outside. Even though he's unblocked, typically if he makes that down action or he steps hard inside, even if he's unblocked, when that running back gets the ball, he will not be able to change direction quick enough. In the top GIF, Newton hands off there. And you can see the DN, he comes too hard inside that he can't change direction in time to get the back. And then if the defensive end comes upfield or takes the running back, the quarterback simply pulls, which is the bottom GIF you're seeing there, and then runs the power scheme. Attacks right behind the guard, follows the guard, slides into the hole. All right? So that's the power read. You have your power scheme, and then you have the inverted veer aspect. Quarterback up the middle, running back around the outside. All right? So that's inverted veer against an even front. So now we'll draw it up against an odd front. Also change the formation up a little bit too. Let's see. So let's go. And you can run this play out of a lot of formations too. It's not one of those things where you have to have an H-back behind the line, in order to run this. So here, we'll do it with a basic 4 wide receiver spread look. All right, and we'll run it to the left this time. And then again, we're going to run against an odd front. So basically, we'll do like a 3-4. All right. So again, we're running it to the left now. Same rules apply. This is the play side now. This is the back side. Play side, tackle's going to block on, back side. Typically, this is the D end right here, so you would leave him unblocked. Another way to say it is we read the first man outside the play side tackle, which would still technically be this guy since he's on an outside shade. So he's going to block backside. We don't need to block the play side linebacker because remember, we're going to pull a guard for him. All right? So just backside. On, no one's over him, so backside. On, there's a nose guard on him, and there's your double team. Pull for play side linebacker. And then fill. All right, so now here's your read man. And this would be kind of the overhang player. So basically, there's no fullback or H-back in this, but that rule would kind of come under this receiver, or maybe this is your H-back or fullback that's put out here. So he would have to come down and block him. Now his block, the H-back's block too, it's more important for the running back. It's important that he could seal this guy inside so the running back can run the sweep around the end. Typically he's too far wide where if the quarterback keeps it, he can't run in there and catch the quarterback before he gets a substantial gain. All right, and then, you could do something, maybe tag it with a backside bubble screen. Maybe if the quarterback likes that look before the snap and he's coming in here, don't even run it, just pull it and throw that bubble. All right? Again, back comes across, quarterback steps with him, and runs the power scheme behind it. All right, and that's an odd front. Let's see. There's one other version I want to show you. Oh yeah, let's do it with the tight end now. So we'll go inverted veer to the right again, but now we're going to put a tight end in the game rather than an H-back. All right, and now let's do trips over here. Why not? So then let's do an odd stack, like a 3-3 stack defense. All right. All right, there we go. So, again, we follow the same rules. To make it simple, we'll say, yep. So now we basically run this a whole wire. So your traditional power, when you have a tight end from your I formation, will attack a C gap. When you put that tight in the game, you can kind of apply that now. So now we're going to run it, rather than the power scheme hitting here, like it did in the first two examples, it's going to hit out here. All right. So the tight ends rule, if you're running a basic power scheme towards the off tackle area, is to block down. He's not even going to worry about the on portion before the backside. He's just going backside now. So he's going to step down, block here, tackle, right there. So again, on, backside. On, no one's over, so backside. On. So now you have two double teams. Here's your play side linebacker. We're going to pull and lead. Rather than kicking out, we're going to leave him unblocked. So now basically the only dilemma the offense would have here is this corner is also going to go unblocked. That's something where the running back's got to be taught. And you see this a lot with these spread offenses or just in general on these outside run plays. Cornerbacks will often go unblocked. You know, offenses also will consider them some of the worst tacklers on a team. So they'll tell the running backs, hey, we're not going to block him. You got to beat him on your own. All right? So quarterback's going to read him. Running back's going outside. Quarterback's going to step. Again, if he comes up, he's going to keep. But now take it to the C gap. All right? Oh, fell backside. And again, you do a number of things back here. You know, let's tag it with a hitch screen or something. All right? And so one more example I'm going to show you before I finish is I'm going to go backtrack a little bit to the veer, the inside veer. So the classic veer scheme is basically everyone blocks inside. Everyone steps inside or blocks down. Nobody pulls. That's the basic scheme, the basic play that's used at Army, Navy, Georgia Tech. All right? And you can run it like this. You can run inverted veer like that. So let's say you've got this, and then put a winged tight end out there. And then we'll do like more of a 4-4 or a 4-2 stack look. All right. So now for this one, so kind of the same thing up front. So we're going to block on backside, on backside, on backside. But when you run a true veer scheme, you lose that pulling lineman. So rather than everyone blocking so hard down, we have to adjust the angles to be a little bit more straightforward. So we don't have a pulling lineman to get the play side linebacker. So this tackle is going to have to get him. All right. So like a traditional veer, you double team inside the point of attack, but then bounce up here. Same thing. Double team. Center would likely bounce out to here. Then, these guys go block. Same thing out here. H-back blocks the overhang player. The overhang player is also like the run support player. They're in that kind of like that hybrid, or they're not exactly a linebacker position, but they're also not exactly in a DB position either. It's usually just outside the box, right up by the line, or a little bit behind the line. And here's your read. All right, running back runs outside, quarterback inside. So that's how it's a true inverted veer. Then you got that. All right, so that's inverted veer, or the power read scheme. Hope you enjoyed.